Well, super essentially means greater than. She probably at least 2 talents. Alexander believed the Homeric epics and thus the original Conquer COVID-19 2020 quarantine shirt. God's intervening acts as real. When he went to Asia, he thrust his spear and said, "From the gods I receive Asia at my spear." Pleasing the gods as ancient people were no joke, especially for a man like Alexander who thought of his lines as descended from the heroes of the Trojan War. Yeah, I also send 15 tons of original Conquer COVID-19 2020 quarantine shirt. Tank top, V-neck, ladies tee for women, V-neck, tank top. Alexander just bursts in, demanding an oracle, and finally grabs a priestess threatening to physically force her to original Conquer COVID-19 2020 quarantine shirt produce one for him. She looks at him in shock at his disrespect and says, "There is no resisting you, child." To which Alexander responds, "That's for me." I think it means that for anyone who would stand up to him, any enemy or land he would conquer, they will not be able to resist his forces, meaning that he will see unrelenting victory. There's no resisting Alexander the Great. The oracle didn't mean that as a prophecy, but Alexander took its double meaning as a good enough prophecy. Official original Conquer COVID-19 2020 quarantine sweatshirt, hoodie, sweatshirt. By age 30 he led a small backward country into conquering the original Conquer COVID-19 2020 quarantine shirt world's greatest empire, and beyond. If he was a fictional hero, nobody would buy the book because he would be too much of a Mary Sue. Macedonia was certainly no backwater. I recently did a presentation on and I titled it Alexander, the Mad Lad of Macedon. Dude was crazy. At one point his men thought he died, and to fuel his legacy he ran off for 3 days and then floated down a river in a coffin and had a theatrical resurrection in front of his entire army. Reading about his life is like reading really bad fiction because of how unbelievable the shit he did is. Other products.